A local soccer coach is being remembered as selfless, genuine, and compassionate. WDRB's Conroy DeLuce shares more about Lee Smith, whose actions off the field will be hard to replace.
Lee Smith was known in the Louisville soccer community for years before he took the job here at DeSales High School and the chance to work alongside his best friend. Athletic Director Don Bowers says Smith took over a program on the rise and built on the brotherhood.
Lee was a very calm coach. He was not a screamer, not a yeller. You learn from your wins and your losses, and I think that's what Lee brought to the program.
Bowers was already looking ahead to the next season together until he woke up to a text from Smith's wife Sunday morning while they were on a trip.
We immediately packed up and came on home. They mean that much to me, the family does.
Smith had suffered a heart attack. After a few days in the hospital, he died on Tuesday.
It's tough. It's tough for our family, our kids.
The coach's impact stretched far beyond the Colts.
That we really put others first, because in a day and time when that's not always the case, Lee did that daily.
Corey Johnson is the executive director of Mockingbird Valley Soccer Club, one of the many soccer families Smith embraced. Johnson says if players didn't have a ride to practice, Smith would pick them up himself and even paid for players' hotel rooms on the road if their families could not afford it.
We need to remember the person he was, and all of us try to be that type of person and be better.
The hardware only tells part of Smith's story.
He loved what he did. He loved his family, loved his kids, loved his wife.
That's the side of his friend that Bowers will remember. The bond forged over distillery trips, hiking, and soccer games. The AD says he and the young Colts players are leaning on each other as they all grieve and try to move forward.
I told him the other day, I said, the first step is always the hardest. And I said, let's just take that step together. And if we take it together, then we'll be okay.
Conroy DeLuce and photojournalist Tom Round with that story today. The coach's family is still making his funeral arrangements. Smith was an organ donor.